I really think Vicky Kaushal is probably the unluckiest in the last 3 or 4 years. Imagine having the monumental success of Uri in 2019. The world is your oyster. You're probably going to be the next big star, right? You're going to get offered Sardar Udham, Takht, and even the Immortal Ashwatthama. And then what happens? The pandemic hits. Sardar Udham gets a digital release. It gets all the awards but barely creates that kind of hype that you would have already envisioned. So probably all your bets are on Takht and the Immortal Ashwatthama, making you really that superstar that everyone was envisioning Vicky would eventually become. Dharma Productions decides that they want to go in a different route. Because budget constraints, the pandemic, it doesn't really financially make sense. Aditya Dhar gets the backing of RSVP. We're finally going to get a high concept superhero film set in the future. That also gets cancelled. So at one point of time, I wonder what Vicky Kaushal is thinking when he sees the slate of Amazon Prime Video releases and he sees Ashwatthama with Shahid Kapoor. What does Aditya Dhar think about this? It's a weird state of affairs, isn't it? So I thought through this video we could talk about movies that was sort of stuck in a limbo, and we probably may never see these films release in theatres. Inshallah. With the interesting pairing of Salman Khan and Alia Bhatt, everyone was curious about the subject of Inshallah. Not only did fans get excited by this interesting pairing, but this also marked the return of Salman Khan in an SLB production since Savarya. If rumors are to be believed, apparently it was due to creative differences between Salman and Bhansali that the project has been indefinitely stalled.
My utmost regard and respect for the person who did Khamoshi for me, who did Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam for me, and who stood by in Savarya. So he's been a very, very important part of who I am today, and I will always respect him for it. That the ball is in his court for him to decide if he wants to work with me.
This is especially frustrating for Salman Khan fans who want the actor to reinvent himself with capable directors, and collaborating with SLB would have been a commencement of the same. As of now, the only projects that we can look forward to are Hera Mandi and Love and War in Bhansali's filmography, as Salman gears up for his collaboration with A.R. Murugadoss, the Kishore Kumar biopic. The only project that Ranbir Kapoor for years has been talking about is portraying the musical legend Kishore Kumar on the big screen. A project that him and Anurag Basu have been dreaming about for years, but they have been consistently dealing with roadblocks either due to legal issues or disagreements with existing family members of the legend. It's crazy that Ranbir has been speaking about this project since 2012.
ये बायोपिक जो बर्फी फिल्म बनी थी उस वक्त ये बायोपिक कर रहे थे किशोर कुमार की, बट कुछ परमिशंस नहीं मिले from certain family members, so we could not do it. But we're still working on the script. He's a very exciting film personality to make a film. He's a legend, and unless you don't have a script which really showcases his life in the best way possible, it's not worth it. But I hope that Basu can crack it, because I would love to play Kishore Kumar on screen.
While the Madhubala biopic has been recently greenlit, this is a project that I would love to see become a reality, but it seems like a distant dream, at least for now. Takht. No matter how much I would like to convince myself, I know very well that Karan Johar's project Takht is not happening as for now. While those who see the glass half full and Karan Johar himself expect it to be indefinitely postponed, I don't think Karan Johar is going to take the risk of investing the huge budget on a chapter of Mughal history as a commercial period epic for the big screen, already foreshadowing the backlash that may arise if it goes on floors and materializes. This is, of course, just conjecture.
I will always say, Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani is my excitement project, but Takht is my passion project. And I'm going to, and you can't run away from your passion. So right after I've done with my excitement, I'll head towards my passion.
The cast boasted of such credible talent, and you could see how excited Ranbir and Vicky were to portray Aurangzeb and Dara Shekho. Sadly, there seems to be little to no development on this front, and even though Karan is still hopeful to make it, I don't see it happening. Baiju Bawra. A project that many people were looking forward to as rumors of its release were floating around was Baiju Bawra starring Ranveer Singh, and that would be directed by Sanjay Leela Bhansali. But with Bhansali moving on to Love and War, it seems like Baiju Bawra has been put in the back burner. A musician in the Mughal period in Akbar's court getting into a musical duel with Tansen in order to avenge his father's death, all would have accounted for such a delicious concoction of Bhansali's opulence, an inner angst of a character powered by beautiful classical music, and a tragedy for the ages. I still think about Naushad's interview speaking about the skepticism people felt because of the film's focus entirely on classical music, and his thought process behind making the Bharat Bhushan epic.
जलसे में गाते हैं 100-150 आदमी सुनते हैं. अगर ये फिल्म में गाएंगे तो इनकी गायकी करोड़ों आदमी एक रात में सुनेंगे और इससे लोगों को शायद दिलचस्पी पैदा हो और ये संगीत शायद आवाम के लिए दिल पसंदगी का सामान बन जाए.
The Battle of Saragarhi. It still breaks my heart to think about what Randeep Hooda dedicated to the film The Battle of Saragarhi, a film which was being directed by Rajkumar Santoshi and was left incompleted. The method actor that Randeep is, he dedicated 3 years or more to his life to this role, embracing the religion and customs of Sikhism and truly surrendering to its ideals. The film, due to budget issues and reasons best known to the production company itself, never got completed, and Randeep still reflects on the impact it had on him.
That movie, for reasons unknown and reasons quite unreasonable, did not get to its destination, which is to the audience. But in that process, I learned to believe more and more and more. And for 3 years, I did not do any work.
Kesari was made on the same subject, and this project just became a part of history. If there is a documentary regarding what went down with this film, I think it will really explore the sheer dedication of an artist who leaves no stone unturned. Hera Feri 3. Everyone really does reminisce about the golden age of Akshay Kumar in comedies in the mid-2000s, and when it was announced that there could be a possibility of the entertaining trio of Raju, Shyam and Babu Rao to reunite, fans got terribly excited, only for the rumor mills to float around that initially Akshay had refused the role due to not being satisfied with the script, how there was a complete rehaul of the script because of which Akshay joined the cast, then fans got infuriated because Farhad Samji was on the director's chair, and eventually it all seemed to be in a limbo, as there is apparently a legal tussle currently that the production company is dealing with, especially between Eros and Nadiadwala, that also makes projects like Welcome and Avara Pagal Deewana reach a state of limbo too. This project seems like a very tough cookie to crack. The Immortal Ashwatthama. Ever since the release and success of Uri, Aditya Dhar has been gearing up for his magnum opus, The Immortal Ashwatthama. A rendition of the powerful figure set in the future, one finally thought that they could get a compelling and huge-scale superhero film that taps into our rich ancient Indian history. A figure cursed into an immortal life of boundless misery with no means of escape. Ashwatthama and its story still is relevant, as many people believe he still roams around this earth and will exist till the end of the Kalyug, making it the ideal image of a vengeful figure years in the future. Due to budget constraints and the vision of Aditya Dhar being far too ambitious, this movie eventually did not get producers to fully back it. So when it was announced that the director of the Kannada film ASN will be doing an Ashwatthama project with Shahid Kapoor, and this will be produced by Pooja Entertainment, I had to reserve my judgment, because we have been here, where we are terribly excited for a project only to be disappointed when we see producers cut corners for an ambitious high-concept film. It still breaks my heart when I hear Vicky talk about what he did upon learning the news that the film is not happening.
I remember when it was Ashwatthama and I was shooting for Govinda Naam Mera with Shashank, and I got a call that we are pulling the plug on the film for now. I actually had my trainer with me and I called him up and I was like, listen, let's hit the gym. Let's go. And I told him, you give me the most difficult workout because I really wanted to vent it out. Because that was the film I had really given like 2 years to. Jile Zara. When Farhan Akhtar announced that he is going to be directing a road film with the cast of Alia Bhatt, Priyanka Chopra and Katrina Kaif, the excitement was at its peak. Not only because the casting coup that Akhtar pulled off, because it was actually the brainchild of the ensemble cast rather than the director himself, but I was happy that finally Farhan was directing after Dawn 2. But with just the lineup of movies the actors are doing, the commitment of Farhan with Dawn 3, it really does seem like this movie is going to vanish in thin air after its announcement,
that caused mass hysteria. I still manifest and hope that it becomes a reality with this cast, only because the headlines of actors opting out of the project at one point just got tiring.
Farhan is making the female road movie version of this.
Will that
now.
happen though?
And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you think about these projects and whether you think they can become a reality in the future. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle is right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.